Hey you guys, welcome to another episode of the Beauty Business Babes podcast. If you're listening on the podcast, hello and welcome back. If you've been here before, if you are watching on YouTube, hello. And if I've seen you before here, welcome back as well. I'm so excited to have you guys. If you're new to my world, hello, my name is 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏. I'm the owner and founder of Spray Tan Class, Slay the Spray, and the owner of 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗀 Sunless. Today, I want to talk to you guys about growing your business in 2023, because what has worked before may not work now. And I always say the reason I am where I'm at right now is because of what I've done in the past. So if I need to level up, if I'm looking to do better, to get more out of my business, I need to do something a little bit differently or a lot differently than what I'm doing right now. So today I'm going to give you guys 4 tips on how you can grow in 2023. If you are a solopreneur, or even if you're not, if you have a whole staff of people working with you and you are at your wit's end, you're overwhelmed, you are just overflowing with clients, you're going crazy, you're doing too much, you're feeling just burnt the F out, you need to hire help. And even if you're not super burnt out, but if you find that you're getting to the position and to the point where you are constantly busy and you're finding yourself having a hard time doing some of your tasks or most of your tasks, you need to hire out, because what's going to happen is you are going to become the bottleneck of your business. Your business is not going to be able to grow if you're not able to delegate, systemize, automate some of the work that you have. So what I would recommend doing is looking at hiring help such as a virtual assistant. Perhaps you want to hire an intern. Maybe you want to hire somebody to help you with social media because you are putting that on the back burner, or just marketing in general. Maybe you want to hire an artist. I think one of the best questions that I ask myself is, where do I see myself in 3, 6, 9, 12 months? Where do I see myself as the most elevated person, CEO, business boss babe? How do I envision that looking? Am I going to be working in the business? Am I going to be spray tanning people? Am I going to be doing X, Y, or Z? From there, once you have that vision and that clarity, you can reverse engineer and say, all right, well, what do I need to do today and who do I need to hire so that way I can get out of the roles that I don't see myself in the future? And what can I do to delegate some of the stuff that maybe I'm not doing that I know that I need to do? I love reverse engineering. It's kind of like what I do with everything in my business. I think of the overall goal and then I work kind of backwards. And so I start with like, where do I envision myself being? What feels good? What feels aligned? Listen to my intuition. Where does it feel good in terms of like, what my everyday today tasks look like? Then you could figure out, all right, what am I doing today that doesn't serve that bigger goal or that purpose? And how can I get rid of those tasks? How can I delegate? How can I systemize? How can I automate? You guys would be surprised if you guys do an inventory on what you're doing right now. You would be shocked at how many things you can actually automate without even hiring anybody else. How many things can just automatically be done. And there's so many support systems and softwares that you could use to really get things going in a way that will allow you to free up so much time. And I want that for you, because especially for those of you guys who are finding yourself overwhelmed and stressed out, like that's not the point that we're in business. We're in business because we want to love what we do. We have the choice as entrepreneurs to do whatever the hell we want in this life. And if we're choosing this life, we damn well deserve to have something that we really are proud of and that we really enjoy doing on a day-to-day basis. All right. So if you are feeling this way, I urge you to take a look at hiring someone so that way you can grow your business, because in order to grow, you need to learn how to duplicate yourself and how to find ways to make things flow easier and faster so that way you can really focus on the things that you want to focus on. The next tip I have for you is to put your marketing hat on. This is something that I've said over and over and over again, and it is 100% true. I would really suggest the more that I learn about marketing, the more successful my business has come. So if you are interested in growing your business, you need to put your marketing hat on. And if that scares you, if it's something that you really don't like to do, or it's something that you feel like you would be better off delegating out or hiring someone to help you with this part of your business, I would highly recommend doing that, because marketing is going to be really the backbone of how you're able to grow your business. Without marketing, you will not grow as quickly as you want to. I promise you that. You might get some people that are, referrals here and there and all of that, but you're missing out on a whole other spectrum of people if you're not understanding how to do marketing. So my best advice for you would be to put your marketing hat on, try to learn about this yourself, so that way at least you have some sort of understanding going into this of what to do and what you need to hire out should you decide to do that at some point in time. When I say marketing, I mean all aspects of marketing, by the way. And this can start from branding. This can be part of your social media, your online presence. This could be how your website functions. Marketing is pretty much everything that has to do with your business in terms of getting the word out there. So if you're not good at marketing, or you have no idea how to market, or if it just scares the living bejesus out of you, then I would suggest trying to delegate this sooner than later. And yes, it's going to be an investment. Yes, you're going to have to pay a coach, a mentor to help you understand this stuff. Yes, you might have to pay somebody to actually run your ads or put together your social media or whatever, but it's going to be an investment. So what this means is that you are going to get a return on your investment if you choose the good people, like the right people to help you out, right? So I want you guys to really know that this right here is the secret sauce to really growing your business, because the marketing piece is so damn important. What I would focus on personally is, how are you getting your leads? Are you getting them through social media? Are you paying for advertising? What is your system like when it comes to getting leads? I think a lot of us, we think that it's just enough to post on Instagram and call it a day. I'm going to talk a little bit about this later, but that's not enough. In this day and age where there's so many people doing the same exact thing, you need to stand out, and you also need to have processes, systems, and strategies in place, so that way you are constantly getting new people interested in the service that you're offering. Sometimes this takes a little bit of creativity, and sometimes it does take hiring out somebody who knows what the hell they're doing, so that way you can continuously get leads. Because if you're in a position right now where you're struggling to get people through your door and nobody's booking with you and all of these things, like, what are you doing to get those leads to get to know you, like you, and trust you? All right, so you need to come up with a system for that. Then you also need to follow up with these leads. It's not enough to just get somebody in your DM saying, hey, I'm interested in your service. It's not enough to just get that lead. What you need to do with that lead is organize it, make sure you're flagging it, make sure you're putting it in a system so that way you can follow up with this person. Because if you just answer their question and then poof, you're gone, they don't feel supported. And maybe they need a little bit of encouragement to book with you. So if you don't have time for this, hire someone to help you with this part, because I always say fortune is in the follow-up. So get your leads, organize your leads, have a follow-up system or some sort of way to connect with them on a further date. If they don't reply to you right away, or if they just don't ask any more questions, you want to continue engaging with them, and you want to continue communicating with them, because sometimes they just need a little reminder that they need a book with you. And then finally, having a system for conversions. So you got your leads, you put your leads in an organized sheet or something like that, then you follow up with them, and having a system or a strategy in place to actually convert those leads into paying clients. That is really kind of the 4-piece system to getting people through your door and to getting your books filled. You need to know how to do this stuff. It's so important. The next tip I have for you is not trusting in social media so much. Yes, this might be counterintuitive, or this might be a little bit different from what you have heard in the past. And I'm not going to say that social media doesn't work, because it absolutely can, and it does. But the algorithm does not favor you, queen. It does not favor you unless you're paying for ads, right? But it doesn't favor you naturally and organically. If you are posting reels, if you're just posting carousels or just static posts, you're just posting because you feel like that's what you need to do, which I think a lot of us are in that mode. We have a constant reminder that you should be posting every day and that you should be engaging every day and you should be doing all of these things, and that's fine. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I also think that there's another part to this system when it comes to creating clients on social media, and that is to do outreach. So being a little bit sharky and going out and communicating with people and saying, hey, I saw that you work out at the same gym that I do. Would you be interested in possibly coming in and getting a spray tan? Like having these just organic conversations. And I would steer away from trying to be super salesy. I would try to focus on being more of a connector, like trying to connect with these people and getting to know them, getting to understand what their world is like. And I know that this takes time, you guys, but if you don't have clients right now, then you have the time to do this, or you can hire someone to do this. But my whole point for tip number 3 is to have you thinking outside of the box and know that you posting is great, but it's not everything that you need to be doing. You need to be creating relationships on social media if you want it to work. Tip number 4, focusing in on your email list and your text message marketing list. This is going to be so beneficial and impactful for anybody who is listening right now. Whether you already have started an email list or a text message list, or whether you have not. I know you can do better. I know you can strategize better. I know you can come up with systems in place on your website perhaps that will allow you to be able to capture more of these people's email addresses, because as you guys know, we do not own our Facebook accounts. We do not own our Instagram accounts. I've been hacked before. I got my Sunless account hacked in December of 2020, I believe, or 2021. I never got it back. Poof, 5,000 people gone forever and ever and ever. So that sucks. And it could happen to you. It could happen to anybody, or just like MySpace, Instagram can become obsolete. And I know that we're always growing with the times, or at least I would like to hope so. So it's something that I don't think is honestly too concerning, but I also love to have the ability to take my audience from Instagram and put them on my email list or my text message marketing list. So that way I can reach out to them when there's a big sale coming up, or I can keep connected with them because it's most likely that they're going to see their email from me as opposed to my post on Instagram. Then an email list and a text message list, either or both working together simultaneously, it's really going to help you keep in contact with your clients and will help your business grow in 2023. And the last thing that I want to talk about today, this is your bonus tip, is to look outside of social media. What I see a lot in our industry is that people are doing the same exact thing, which is fine, but how can we become better and how can we become different? So one thing that I see a lot is people going to reels. They're doing reels all the time. We're guilty of this. We do this. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing this. But if you're spending so much time on reels or creating content for social media and your ROI on that is not high, meaning you're not getting enough clients from said social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, why are we spending our time there? Is it that we have to become better at strategizing for that particular platform? Or is it that maybe we need to start putting our eggs in another basket, or getting more eggs into the basket is what I should say. So what I would encourage you to do, especially if you're not getting the results that you want on social media in terms of clients, I would ask myself, how do I find beauty services in my city? So even if you live in like the middle of the United States, or if you live in a huge city, how do you find people to do your beauty services, whether it's your nails, your hairstylist, your lash artist? And maybe you've had these people in your lives forever, so you haven't done this in a while, but I would ask myself then, if said person, my nail girl, my eyelash girl, my hair girl, was to leave and I had to look for somebody new, how would I look for them? Would you look for them on Instagram? Would you look for them on Facebook? Honestly, most people would say no. Most people at the very first point of trying to find somebody to help them with the service, they typically are going to look on Google or on Yelp, or perhaps they will ask a friend. I think that social media is great because it gives us an opportunity to connect with a brand or a business in a deeper manner, and it shows us what they're capable of doing. So it's basically like a catalog of work. You can show before and afters, you can show what the tans look like post rinse, you can show what the lashes look like or the hair, whatever it is that you're doing. It's a great way to showcase your work, but I don't know that many people actually go there first. All right, so I think the way that I've interacted with people, and when I ask people what they do first, it's typically Google, Yelp, and then they start looking at the social media as a way to see if this is a good business to work with or not. So it's kind of like it validates the business, right? It shows that they're active on it. It shows that they're still doing business and that their work is really, really good. So I hope that this helps you guys. I hope that you take some of this and you run with it and that you do amazing things in 2023, because we are starting fresh, you guys. It's brand new. It's a brand new year. So I hope this works. I hope this helps. I love you guys long time, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of the Beauty Business Babes podcast.